Good morning, afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentle people. Welcome tonight. We are here for week 3 in the Evolution tournament. Tonight, these two teams will be playing off to start making their way back up the ladder, as these teams are in the bottom half of their Evolution group stages. So whoever can win here might be able to start moving their way back up into the top half and make sure that they're in contention when it comes to the end of the season. But it's anyone's game, anyone's series, and it's only week 3. There's still 5 more weeks to go. So let's see if they can start picking up a few more rounds, some momentum, and possibly bring that into the rest of the season for you. I'm D12. I'm glad to have you all along here tonight. We will be having 95X Esports versus Kraken Esports Club. Well, let's jump in and start talking about these teams. So, on the 95X Esports team, so far they're sitting 5th place in the bracket. So in the group stages, there are 6 teams. Unfortunately, they're 5th at the moment. They've had 1 win and 1 loss. They've won 2 maps and also lost 2 maps. So they're sitting on pretty much as middle ground as you can go in terms of the amount of maps you can play, matches you can win, and get going from there. 95X Esports, however, used to operate with a different crew. So that was before this season. Now, well, the organization has now picked up the team formerly known as Team Vision. So, even though this roster is new for the team 95X, it is not new in terms of these players have been playing for quite some time. So, those players we speak of, you got J-Rid. He will be running your controller. He'll be one of your 2 in-game leads on 95X. He's been playing since roughly June for the LPL leagues, so for the competitive matches here that are recorded, and also was previously on 17 Souls for the Valorant Oceanic tournament. Unfortunately, they got knocked out in the first round, and well, now you find him here in Team Vision. Must8 Hacks has also been playing mostly for Team Vision. He will be your duelist, and he is your 2nd in-game leader for the team. 17S Realty, or I think he's just going by Realty in-game. He was been playing with Team up until May, and then spent a couple months before that in the Team Vision lineup. So then, as we mentioned before, got absolved into the current roster you see here today for 95X. He was also on 17 Souls for a tournament match. Proxy, he will be your initiator for the team. He has only been with Team Vision since July, so he's a little bit new with the I Ain't the Man M. I think he goes by Eminem, so we'll just go keep with that. So those two have recently came in to Team Vision in July, and well, Eminem is the sub, so he plays any role, so it'll be interesting to see where they flex him onto when we get into the match. So, as I mentioned before, a lot of these players have played on a previous team named Team Vision. That Team Vision team was fairly strong. They were in the Winter Regulation Cup. That was a double knockout to make their way into their Evolution bracket. They took down Paranoia Gaming, and then they got knocked out by Collateral Esports from the upper bracket. However, they fought their way through the bottom bracket, or the lower bracket, taking out Burger Esports and Clarity Esports to secure their top 8 spot, which allowed them here into the Evolution League you see at the moment. They've also played in the VOTS qualifying tournaments, but they got knocked out by Wheels. Remember that name. They got knocked out by Wheels. So, now let's jump over to Kraken Esports. So the Kraken Esports Club is not unfamiliar with the competitive scene, ranging from across a couple of esports leagues. I believe it was Rainbow Six, Valorant, and the Riot's Teamfight Tactics. There we go. I think they playing that as well. So we've seen them compete in Valorant as early as January this year, and then we saw some more matches in July, but they officially signed Team Wheels as of August. So these players are nowhere inexperienced. They have played together. They have plenty of matches underneath their belt, and currently they sit 4th in the Evolution League at the moment, so they're just above 95X. So both these teams, like I mentioned, are trying to fight into that top half of the bracket. Well, active shooter Billy, Chizé, Fulv, Mega, and Zimbat. That's a lot of names. And why am I saying all those names together? They've been playing since October 2020 last year, and they were playing for Team Wheels. As I mentioned before, Wheels knocked out the formerly known Team Vision in one of the Valorant Oceanic Tour's round of 16 stages. They took them out before they were able to qualify into the closed qualifying of the Valorant Oceanic Tour. So there's a little bit of a grudge between these two teams. These players, they know each other, they've played against each other, and they've seen each other as different teams. But then both Kraken Esports and 95X, they've taken these teams, a lot of these players, and mixed them in with a couple of other outstanding players to form what they believe is their best lineup. So only one team can win tonight. It's going to be a little bit of a brawl between these two to see who it will. So outside of Team Wheels, Kraken Esports Club also has Barca Oato. I'm gonna just call you Barca. I'm gonna ruin that name many and many a times. So Barca, he's been playing with Kraken ESC since June. However, during his stint with Kraken, he's also played with SGN lineup throughout the LPL winter. So he's got a fair bit of experience, and before that he was playing with K9 Esports back since October 2020. So he's been playing Scene quite long. We'll see if he's brought into the team here tonight. Dongu, relatively new to the team compared to the rest of the roster. He also joined Kraken ESC lineup in May when the organization first showed their strength, coming back to play a lot more games than what they did in that January session. He was not part of Team's Wheels, so he is brought into the team to try and gel and mix and match. As I mentioned, some of the new players brought in with their skills to try and complement the current rosters of those teams. And actually, I think we're about to get ready. We're about to jump into our game, which is good for you, because then, you don't have to listen to me for 24 hours go on and on and on. And then finally, we have Nut. Nut also played for Kraken Esports Club in January. He was one of the surviving players of the team to make it through January in May, and then now to what you see here today. Before that, he was a part of Easy Clap, which also ranges back to 2020. So all these players have a ton of experience, they've got a ton of knowledge, and well, they've played each other before. So let's see if they will be able to bring the heat as we head over to Haven. Let's get going. Oh, did I set the teams up correctly? I did not, so I'm just going to have to change that for a second. I apologize. I said to the teams I was ready, but I was not paying attention. So, let's get the team names up and running. This is the effect of having to be a caster and a broadcaster. There we go. Teams are updated. They're on the correct side this time. Excellent. So thank you all for joining into the match here tonight. It is a best of 3 between these two teams. We are in the Evolution bracket of the LPL League. So first match here on Haven. We've already got the teams written up pretty fast, which is good to see. And we're seeing a Brim. Brim is a little interesting coming out from the Kraken Esports. You don't generally see Brim outside of Bind. Sorry, I almost said Haven because I'm staring at the word. You don't see Brim outside of Bind, so I wonder what kind of strategies and executions they have prepared for that Brimstone. The rest of the lineup is kind of your cookie cutter, your Jet Sova. You complement that with a secondary duelist, which they got with the Raze, and then they got the Killjoy over the top for that, your anchor or your lockdown on those sites. And then you look over the opposing side of 95X, you do have J will be picking up your Astra, so usually your Lurker, your Smoker, which is what Brim's going to be on the opposing side. You've got the Jet and Raze also following that duelist initiators for your site. Your anchor for your sites will be Realty sitting on that site, and then finally the information gathering and also flashing capability from Proxy on that Sky. So you might be able to see their initiation on the sites a little better than their opponents, especially when it gets a little bit brawly. However, Kraken Esports Club, they might have the capability of better executions because they do have those smokes to lock down a lot of these sightlines. So we're in it. Let's get going. Eminem is going to be keeping a little bit of an eye down towards mid, as Kraken Esports have started to split up across the map, see what they can find. Shizé is going to run straight into that Cypher trap, and they're going to understand that the Cypher is more than likely sitting over the A site. So with this knowledge, it looks like they're going to retreat and maybe find themselves a new attack angle. And a little bit of shots being traded here in mid. The only one taking damage was Eminem. He's already lost a little bit of health, only 16 hit points, but now he's in range for a one shot from a lot of these weapons. If it does get him in the head, that is. Reality's going to be hiding down here in hell. He's going to be the one trying to slow down. He slows down one, but there's so many down here. He gets a nice shot. He gets one at least, but he's still going to find 4 more. And he's not going to be able to do it, but Eminem's going to come in and going to get the return kill, but he gets traded out instantaneously, leaving a 3 versus 3 retake for 95X Esports. Proxy has made its way into heaven. Smokes are finally cleared. Bonk, he does have, or Bonk, yeah, I think it's Bonk, does have his Aldrin. He's got a recon ducts. He's got a lot of information for his team to be able to play around here, for them to defend this spike. And he sees all 3 of them. So now they know where they are. There's one up top, 2 down bottom. They're trying to deal with it. Must 8 Hacks is trying to push him off the line so they can start getting that defuse. He gets taken out. Bonk is trying to swing on in. Can J-Rid do it? He's got to find 2 and a defuse. He's going to turn back around. He's going to hold. He's holding. Brother, he's running on in. It's going to be the defuse. He gets him just before the spike gets diffused. So already both these 2 teams are throwing it out between each other. Ooh, it's round 1, and that's going to be the start of the best of 3 series. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all are too. So, with that first round down, Kraken Esports going to be feeling a little bit good about themselves, getting some great shots, and all that knowledge. Bonk Q is going to be one of those key players. If it wasn't for his information Garen being able to find where those 3 players were, I believe they would have probably lost that round, as they would get aggressive here in mid as Proxy and J-Rid are also coming on out. They're all out here to try and fight. Mustang Hacks has gone high with the Trailblazer coming out causing issues. This is going to allow Eminem to sneak and hide in the smoke here. He's going to come on in to trade for his teammate. He's going to miss the shot. Oh, he finally gets it. They've already found themselves 2 active shooters swinging around. They're going to hear that there is 1 currently in there. Nice shot dart, picking up 1, still got to find 2 more. Teammate's going to go in, run the bio, pops around the corner, they get the 1. Reality here, all alone. Can he find any more damage? He can! He finds another weapon out of the opponent's hands. Whew. So already, we're going to be seeing a lot of the weapons from Kraken Esports Club taken down, taken out. And now they're going to be going into what buy they can pick up. So they're going to be able to almost full buy here, missing out a little bit of armor, which gives the advantage over to 95X. But how well can they capitalize on this? Because usually you'd either go into this round with your opponent still running all Spectres, or they've just been broken and you can't really do much. But in this instance, they're buying up, they're prepared, they're ready to take this to 95X Esports. Already Eminem, he likes peeking down this mid, getting that information that no one's coming his way. Well, A's completely locked down. Reality, however, he's not in a location to capitalize if his tripwire is taken out. He's going to get some information coming down from sewers that the Aldrone is there. Eminem likely not going to get tagged up there, but Chizé gets rid of that, gets rid of the trap. But he's just gonna back off. Now the utility's been used. There's no traps, there's no cipher cages. They're like, okay, that's been a lot of utility wasted for their opponents. They're gonna retreat, find themselves a new location. Oh, actually, the lurk of Bonk stayed around. He got taken off by Eminem. That is not going to be good for them. They're going to be pushing very far. Douglas is going to peek around the corner. He gets killed. Active Shooter's able to return frag there, but there's still 1 member down. As Must 8 Hacks is relocated, waiting for the retreat of his opponents. He's going to get taken out by Chizé, who's on the lurk, cutting off the support. As now they've got the spike on down, and Chizé is making his way onto site, getting into a crossfire position with Active Shooter. Now it relies on Reality and Eminem to try and get in here onto this point. Spamming through that box is able to create a little bit of damage and just hold Active Shooter off in the corner. I'm not sure if he actually knows someone's in that corner, but this spike is going down. He makes a little bit of noise. He's going to peek. Because that noise was made, that seals his death. And Reality's unable to get the kill. And Chizé gets the 4th for the round. So it was a little unfortunate there. If he did not make that noise, he possibly could have caught the one in the far corner out, which would have been the Active Shooter, and then it would have been a 2 versus 2 allowing his teammate to come on in Reality, and they may have been able to do something there. But in that instance, that one little sound cue gave Chizé just enough information to swing, find that kill, and secure the round. Now, there's so many ultimates online for Kraken, and they also managed to keep 3 members alive, so their economy is going to be comfortable coming into this round. Eminem comes on through, takes a shot. I don't know how he didn't hit a chest there, but he dashes the wrong way. He's going to be trapped in this corner, and they're just going to kill him. They're going to force him out, finish him off, and well, there goes Eminem. They've got a lockdown cape available. They've got the orbital layers if they want to. And then Chizé goes aggressive and finds Proxy out of position. Must take Axe again prepared for his paint shells to come and help any push. And then Sova jumps around the corner. He gets forced into the sightlines of Realty. Can Realty find another? He can. He gets himself 2. But it's all up to J-Root and a Sheriff. And one lonely hope as the spike goes down from active shooter. It's going to be very hard for J-Root to get on in here. You can already see that Brother Byler, he's Molotov ready. He's thinking about if he needs to use it. He's just keeping an eye on the lurk, and it looks like they might not even intend to use the Molotov. He's going to use the orbital lasers if they hear the noise. He's going to get pushed, and J-Root wants to try and find that kill. He's going to see the body, but active shooter is going to find the head. There. And the Molotov does eventually come on down, but by the end, they'd already secured that round. So Kraken Esports Club have made their way to a 4-0 lead, and they've done it fairly convincingly. After that first round, they've been able to hold on, continue to push their advantage. 95X Esports have been struggling to find the funds, but we have a half-naked operator shooter right here. Going to be keeping an eye down at mid, and if you can find yourself an early kill, this will be big for 95X in the round and for their motivation. Ooh, that little peek's coming through, and there he goes. Bonk played too much with that corner, and he will be finally shut down. And again, Bonk goes down early, so you'll lose that Sova, you lose all that knowledge being able to be gathered. As Chizé going to be able to clear that out. The lockdown goes on, and Chizé's now onto point. It's taken the rest of the team very long time to get onto point, as they were holding very far back. So the lockdown's going to be able to secure them the spike. It's going to force 95X to come onto this point. They do have neural theft, but they need to find a body. They've also got Eminem if he wants to use those daggers, because he's got an operator, so he might have to pop that blade storm to be able to get on into the point. Jerry's going to be prepared for the smokes, and here comes the retake. As now Mustang Hacks gets taken down by Active Shooter. Active Shooter throws out. He's got the shotgun. He shoots and he scores, taking out Eminem. Eminem's gone. One of your jewels, the one that you're relying on to do you a lot of damage. Active Shooter goes on down. Now they're cleaning up the site. Realty has to push on in, but the orbital laser's going to come on out. As that orbital laser's going to come out and slow him down, Brother Byler, he prepares. He's ready, and Hail Mary comes on out. Will it hit the ground in time? The defuse is coming. The defuse is still coming. It's going to get there. He's holding. And he grabs it before he burns to death. Brother Byler, he couldn't get there fast enough. He launched the Molotov, but everyone around him died. And so he had to make the sprint back. But by that time, the hold was there, and 95X pick up the round. But what they don't pick up is any weapons coming into this next round. And, well, once again, they're poor. Whereas over on the other side of Kraken Esports Club, they got some funds to play with here. They got a little bit of rolling, especially Brother Byler. That was his first death. As he is playing more of that lurk roll and setup for the site retakes, he's trying to make sure he's not going down, so he will be there for most of your round wins. Mustang Hacks is going on in. He's got the judge, but he's unable to find the kills. Bonk! Absolutely bonks them on the head, taking them out one by one. Eminem unable to land the shots. He's got one dagger left. He's going to be trying to find the kill. He's holding. He misses it. He has to pull out the classic in this. Still managed to find himself a kill, surprisingly. He's now Realty is alone. He should fall here, but he does take another weapon out. A weapon that probably shouldn't have been lost. That's going to hurt a little bit, but he's going to be able to buy that up, because that was... he still had a little bit of time. And so we will be seeing the first little tactical pause coming on out from 95X Esports. So far in this match, they have lost 5 rounds. It's 5-1, and they haven't really been able to gain any momentum. They were barely scraped by with that 1 round win that they got in round 5 with that defuse. But it wasn't comfortable, it wasn't convincing. So now they have to try and understand, how do they deal with Kraken Esports Club here? Do they want to try and rearrange where they're playing their agents? Do they want to stack, maybe pull out a little bit of unconventional strats? or do they want to kind of identify what their opponents are playing and start to make small adaptations, nothing major such as moving agents per site, but just small enough to understand that you might need to be a little bit more aggressive to deal with what they're showing you, or do you need to be a little bit more defensive and continue to wait for the site retakes with your teammates? They need to understand how they want to take this out. I'm in no way going to give any advice because these players are much better than me. But not better than you, Twitch chat, so you can give me advice. I know you all are Radiant and Immortal players. So, we now move into round 6 as the timeout has finished. In Kraken Esports Club, they're going to be looking at moving around the map, looking for this openings, and well, Realty and M&M, they have decided to take that more aggressive approach while being a bit more defensive back in towards that B side. Must8 Hacks is going to be prepared for Fulverus, and Fulverus is going to get that smoke off and retreat before he takes the damage. Active Shooter's coming in on side. He almost finds Proxy out. He does find him, but he dies instead. But luckily the teammate there was to return frag. On the other side of the map though, there was a kill over the A side. Fulverus takes a lot of damage. Must8 Hacks, he's going to be revealed, but he's behind cover. He's hoping that his teammates can come on in here. M&M isn't really able to give him much support here, and Brother Bio goes down. They do not get a return frag, leaving it a 3 versus 3 as the plant goes on down. Realty comes up from behind, shutting that spike down. Brother Bio will go down, takes his next death of the match. As Fulverus, he's got no hit points left. Bonk is able to get one. This time he's able to use a recon dart later on this map because he's still alive. Bonk, he feels someone's there. Jared peeks just as he looks away, and they're going to rotate the A side. They feel that it's clear. They feel like the Cypher may have rotated away, which they know that he did because he killed him middle, and he's still sitting around there. So now 95X Esports have to make their way back to the A site.
Calling my bot.
And Fulverus, he's got 20 seconds for that bolt, so his bolt won't be back by the time the engagement happens. And I think 95X, are they not wanting to initiate or engage on this? I think they're just going for exit frags. J-Red's going to be going in all alone. Well, Realty is so far back. Was there a little bit of miscommunication going on there? Did one want to save or the other one want to try and take the plant? Because usually you want the second one coming on in, making a little bit of noise to try and get at least a crossfire or catch one of the opponents off guard, but in that instance, they both died on 1v2 situations and they gained nothing out of it. They lost everything. So, welcome everyone currently watching here on Twitch. It's great to have you on board. Thank you to those that are following. Much appreciate that. So some of you might have seen the player's name on 95X. Some of the players were on previously Team Vision and played together, and also Kraken Esports Club. So a lot of these players did play on wheels. I did see someone mention in the chat they haven't seen Kraken Esports play, so I just wanted to give a little bit of backstory to some of these players if you missed the pre-game show. So here, it looks like M&M's this time's taking... Ooh, Chizay. He's up. He's searching. He's finding. And he scores himself a free kill. M&M did not suspect someone was coming through the B site. And Realty's like, ooh, yep, I left that alone. Active Shooter's going to come on and make up for Chizay going on down. They've secured the site. Realty and Jared's going to be rotating on now. Active Shooter, he wants to find more. He's not done. He wants to continue to improve his KDA. And Realty's not going to see that rotate around, but Active Shooter's going to be here. Will he check Garage though? Oh, he sees it. He knows someone's there. He sprays it through the wall, leaving J-Red the last one alive. Oh, he gets the classic shot to the head and does clean up Active Shooter. But the economy, it doesn't matter. Kraken Esports Club are laughing. They're rolling in the credits they've got going around. They're playing aggressive. They're making sure that their opponents do not get away with any weapons. And kind of toying with their opponents. Because you're say, okay, you can come retake this site. Enjoy. Because we're going to kill you. We're going to take your weapons. And you're going to go into the next map again without anything. And, well, M&M. He's got something. He's got himself an operator, but he's only got light armor, so he's got to be very careful if this does not go well. And the drone, it's going to spot him out. That's going to ruin the operator shot. It's going to be shooting at him. Can Bonk find it? He goes up high and he misses it and unfortunately can't find him again. Jet, one of the hardest characters to kill if you tag them with that spy cam. Realty hears a lot of noise coming on up. The Killjoy is going to go down. He's going to be holding the side. He's going to be trying to catch anyone rotating on in, but he doesn't find the kill. He's going to be able to get on an active shooter though, so he at least gets one before he gets pushed off the point. And Proxy, unable to get that return kill. They're going to be all lined back up here in the defender spawn. And well, Jose, he's ready. He's swinging, but Proxy's going to shut that down, leaving it 3 versus 3. This is the position that 95X wants to be in. However, that Brimstone is still alive. Well, we've seen this before. He's lining. He's up and away. As that's going to come on down. They've used the Nano Swarm. And now they're going to cross that over with the Brimstone Fire. And then trying to create the space for his teammate. He gets one. He doesn't need to get the second one. Proxy's ready for it. And they're going to get this defuse. 95X. Well, that's what they wanted. They're going to switch on over. Get that ultimate pop going towards Proxy. Because Eminem's like, I'm going to be able to get the ultimate orb next round. So look to potentially see an aggressive push by Eminem to find one of the ultimate orbs around the stage. And rightfully so. They're going to be moving him over to the A side because it is the safest side for the ultimate orb for the defending side. If you try and go down C, well, you're very vulnerable to any C long pushes. And, well, with an operator, you can't really contest that without putting yourself in grave danger. So Kraken Esports Club, they've got themselves an orbital laser and a showstopper to work with. And how will and where will they want to use it? Well, we hit an operator shot, but nothing seemed to have found the mark down here in long. And Eminem's going to have to back. J-Red taking a lot of damage as active shooter now makes his way up towards B side. He's finding himself a lot of room. Proxy's getting ready. He's got the heals out trying to help J-Red out. And he's going to be swinging, trying to gather some knowledge. He's got the flash ready. Eminem down on the other side finds himself a kill. As the Trailblazer comes out, it does land on one, but they don't push out to contest it. He quickly gets back as active shooter was causing a lot of issues there, not allowing his teammate to be traded for that. As now he pushes on in. Proxy is going to get instantly headshotted down and out. We've got Must 8 Hacks. He's on the lurk. He's waiting for the rest of his team. Realty's able to secure it so they couldn't rotate over to the C side. Oh my god, people keep dying all over the place. Brother Bio gives himself away. He's going to have to try and retreat. He's going to try and smoke that corner off, but Brother Bio doesn't need to worry about it because Fulvus is there to protect him. As Must 8 Hacks throws out the showstopper, he shoots and he scores before he dies. The panic set it in for Brother Bio and he couldn't land the shots. Fulvus, he's now going to deal with 2. He's got full health here compared to his 2 opponents. He hears the boombot coming in from one side, and now he's trapped in the middle of nowhere. The crossfire comes on in. Jared secures it, and also the spike to go along with it. Whew. Now, we are starting to see the rise of 95X Esports. They're starting to get comfortable again. They've now picked up their second round in a row. They've secured some extra weapons, and they're starting to land their shots. Kraken Esports Club, I feel like they started to get a little bit too comfortable, and now they're starting to see the woes. As 95X are warmed up, they're ready to play, and they're ready to take these rounds off their opponents. So, what do they have to play with this round? They've got themselves Neural Theft and a Bladestorm up and ready, so nothing real aggressive. I mean, Bladestorm is fairly aggressive, but you got a Vandal, and you're probably going to be trying to save that for a pistol round because you aren't doing much economy saving is probably what I'm looking for. Unless things get dicey, and with that operator you do need to add that Bladestorm, and Realty's going to be spotted, and we're going to hear that showstopper. Active shooter's coming in on site. He's searching the corners. He can't find him. He's lost track of him, and he's going to shoot, but he's already gone down. Bonk cleaned it up, so the showstopper did zone, but did not find themselves a kill, as they're now on site, but they've already lost 2, trying to get onto that point, and now the lockdown's going to be used, securing that plant, and give him 7 seconds to tick off that timer. Eminem, a little bit far out here. He's going to be looking at using that Bladestorm. Realty, he's popping off this match at the moment. We haven't spoken much about him, but he's finding kills left and right and center. Can he find another one? He does. He cleans it up, leaving Bonk to have to deal with every angle here on the C side, and gets cleaned up by Eminem.
Cheers, mate.
So with that,
Don't even start
95X, they pick up the 3rd round. If they can pick up the 5th and final round in this half, they've effectively saved the match for themselves, because you really don't want to be going into a deficit of 8 or 9 rounds and trying to pull that back up to make it into overtime. But 4-8 is doable. 5-7 is more comfortable, as their opponents are not looking too well. They do have a Spectre out on Chizé, but what can Chizé be able to do for it? He wants to pick up that Blade Storm, because, well, then his Spectre won't matter so much. And there we go, the Blade Storm has been collected and they're prepared for it. They're lucky they haven't gone down the A side yet, because there is a firing line waiting for them as Chizé's starting to make room towards in the middle map. Proxy's going to have a little bit of a peek to see if he can do a little bit of damage for that wall, but he's not going to find anything as of yet. But Eminem's going to be spotted out. He's going to miss his shot, but J-Red's still going to be hiding around this corner, and they're not going to check it. They suspected it was only the Jet. He gets the double, so he's made his worth and more. And Eminem, he clips a shoulder, but he doesn't get that kill. He's going to throw out the daggers. He's going to prepare. He knows that one dagger will be more than enough. He shoots, but he does not land. Leaving Proxy all alone. He gets the flash out, but he's being trapped by Bonk. Bonk's able to find that kill. He's going to get the recon dart out, and they're going to scan the back of sight, but it's not going to land on anyone, because as we can see, there's 2 up in heaven, and they peek around, and Bonk goes on down. The Angel of Death comes on out. The shots from Fuvers cannot deal with that Angel, and he will pick up the 3rd for the round. They will pick up the 5th round, and, well, they're going to be happy about this. Kraken Esports Club, they started to get figured out, they started to get comfortable, and, well, 95X says, well, we're going to make you pay for that. We're going to bring this back, and we're going to make this a goddamn great second half for the viewers on Twitch, and also for ourselves. But that momentum, they got 4 in a row leading into the next half, brings you into the pistol round. If you're picking up the kills, and, well, we've seen Reality just absolutely demolish his opponents at the moment, you find that pistol round, you find yourself another round, instantly it's 7-7. So what can Kraken Esports Club do here on the defense to slow down the 95X Esports roll that they're on? And it looks like we got a little bit of a stack coming here mid. Chizé, an active shooter, going to be lining up, ready to take on the opponents. You might see Brother Bilo prepare with some smokes to give them that ground that they want to take. So they're making their way out and they're shooting. They're showing their hand real early. And 95X says, well, you've shown a pair of jacks. What do we have in our hands? Hoping they got the aces up their sleeves, ready to deal with Chizé, an active shooter here down in mid. And a few shots are coming on out as they push up onto the side. The flash comes on out. Active shooter and Chizé are back up so far, and they go down. But active shooter's able to get 2. One with the paint shells, he gets a 3rd. Active shooter says our jacks are more than enough, as 95X went for the straight, and, well, they end up with a 1 pair. As Realty is the last one alive. He is your ace, but they couldn't pick up a second ace to deal with Kraken Esports Club. And unfortunately, the round that 95X would have loved to have won is not going to go their way. Realty unable to deal with Bonk, who was just running casually through grass, having a play date. And the second pistol round of the match will be going towards Kraken. So Kraken are going to enjoy that. They're going to be glad. They're going to be able to take a bit of a breath, because that previous half was not feeling quite comfortable after they started to lose rounds in a row. But after finally stopping their momentum and also taking the first pistol round, you can breathe. You can go, okay, the second round is about a 89% in favor of us. As long as we don't do anything too ridiculous, we should be able to capitalize and secure the second round. So a little bit of a trade, trying to go down at Seaside here. Brother Bio is going to be locking that one down, trying to fire one through. Oh, he almost finds himself a few cheeky little shots, but it's not going to be the case. And we're going to be seeing Bonk. He's getting some information. He's having a little bit of a peek. But he's got a frenzy. This is not the range. You want to take a frenzy engagement. He's peeking just as Proxy makes his way past. And they're going to be still suspecting something's going to happen. He gets no information, but the smoke has gone down at C site. And instantly the recon comes on out, but they're hiding in the smoke. Oh, Proxy's taking a few shots from Brother Bilo. Now they're going to be coming inside. The smoke goes down. He got caught with his pants down. He's going to be able to try and survive. He gets the spray of bomb, but he instantly goes down shortly after. They kill the garage player. Kraken Esports are starting to crumble. They've only got 2 members left here on their conversion rounds.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down. They're holding. Fulverus is going to come out. They know both players are here now. Chisay's going to be able to get one, leaving Realty all alone. Realty gets the shots, but he can't find the kill. And what almost turned into a disastrous round from Kraken was able to be just survived long enough to find that second round, the 9th round of the match, and a nice 4-round scoreboard lead. This time, we're going to be seeing 95X again come into the 3rd round of the half, buying on up, and they're going to be dealing with their opponents who's got a mixed buy, trying to pick up whatever they can to be able to bring life into this round. It looks like active shooter. He's got enough to pick up a Vandal or a Phantom if he wants to, but he says, I'm going to go Spectre. So he's trying to save his money. Is he looking to buy an operator for one of his allies or himself coming up next round? As Chisay makes the cross, he gets behind. Fulverus is going deep. Two's got a swing on him, but Proxy finds the head. Chisay, he's thinking, he's waiting, he's wanting, he can't go out, but he's met with the firing squad. And he will fall. Instantly, Kraken Esports, they're now playing on the back foot. They've lost 2, and this is looking good for 95X as they come onto the point. Last 8 Axe is starting to take a little bit of ground. He's got all the utility. He's got a boombot, he's got paint shells, he's got those satchel charges. Above him, active shooter is running the same thing, hasn't used any of his utility yet. He's going to find himself one, almost finds himself and M&M's, but M&M's not going to fall down to those shenanigans. He quickly dashes away, feeling it was unfavorable. He's taking a bit of damage though, but the paint shells pick up Proxy. Mustang Hacks is now solo on this point, hoping he'll find these kills. Brother Bilo's getting ready to swing, but Mustang Hacks swings at the same time, causing a little bit of a mismatch there, but better aim for Mustang Hacks, keeping him alive, leaving only active shooter left. Active shooter gets it, but he cleans up almost the entire team of 95X. And again, an expensive round for 95X. Kraken Esports Club, they're going to be happy with that. They're still got some funds. We do see that operator being picked up by Chisay. This time he's wearing pants since he's got that light armor with the operator. So it's not necessarily a naked buy, but it's not a comfortable buy either. You generally want that little bit of extra armor on you. Especially with the way 95X are able to chip you down. They might not be finding the kills, but they're definitely finding the chip. And that could be more than enough to deal with an operator. As active shooter cleans up Realty. Ooh. Proxy almost got damaged there.
Bot coming back.
Jesse's going to keep an eye down towards the lobby. No one's coming through the lobby. Brother Bilo gets another kill on J-Rid. This time, 95X finally find their first kill of the round, but they haven't found any ground. And now everyone on Kraken Esports Club, they're all starting to make their way down B. They're ready to push on out. Active shooter finds himself one with the backup from Chisay to clean up Proxy. And that leaves Eminem all alone. He's going to be pushed out into the firing squad of Chisay again. Ooh. Well, my friends, those paint shells coming out from active shooter are constantly either pulling people off their lines, out of position, into the firing squad of their allies, or they just die. They just fall and die down to the paint shells. So great utility usage from active shooter to be able to hold on long enough to capitalize on the later parts of the round. And he's now got himself a showstopper show for it. Down in mid here, they're going to be looking at putting aggression down here. One's going to peek around the corner. He gets himself a double. He gets flashed. He's still trying to retreat, and he still gets a kill. My God. Eminem, oh, a little bit of a weird reload situation, but Brother Bilo says, I have a secondary weapon. I will clean you up. So great round for Kraken Esports Club, as now 95X, they need to find themselves 2... well, I completely lost my train of thought. They need to find themselves more than 2 rounds. They need to find themselves a win here, because if they lose this, they're going on to a semi-eco or a forced buy. Then it's going to have nothing for the next round. They need to win this. They need to capitalize on their 5 ultimates that they have to push Kraken Esports back, put a little bit of fear back in their hearts. It took 95X a while to get going in the first half, but they don't have that luxury here in the second half. They need to capitalize on this round, or that will be map 1 down to Kraken Esports Club. So, their opponents, they've got the Showstopper and the Hunter's Fury. Both great tools to deal with site takes, because you're going to force people off angles, you're going to force them off the sites. We're just going to start to slow them down from getting the spike down. So if 95X plays too slowly, which we haven't seen this match, they've really been going with a mid-tempo. You haven't been seeing too much speed at the start. Maybe trying to take one-on-one engagements and lose them, but they haven't really been kind of rushing a site. And, well, Hunter's Fury's already come on out. They're not going to be using that to stop a spike. It's just going to miss. Reality said, I'm just going to duck that, I'm going to walk away, and, well, unfortunately, nothing was done for an active shooter. He's going to throw out his utility. He almost gets punished for it. He finally goes down. If Eminem didn't pick that up, that would have been disastrous, and now they're going on to the point. They're there to go, shot strike is coming around, it's going to clean up the site. One was invisible, but Bob is going to clean that up in the sky. Fulvers gets the one. He's got 2 more to find. He's got a lockdown. Does he decide to use it? Oh, he's going to get pulled into the trap. Not much else is there. He's going to throw that lockdown. But that's only going to clean him up from this tight location. He's going to force him at the back, so he at least knows the angles that they're coming from. He's keeping an eye see if anyone rotates or peeks him. So it's a good little knowledge. Fulvers is doing here as he pushes on in. He gets hit by the... No, he didn't get hit by that. I don't know how he didn't get hit by that. He gets 1. He's got 30 HP. Can he do it? He fakes the defense. He swings. He gets it. Kraken Esports Club able to take another round on the shoulders of Fulvers. He gets the 3. 95X, they're going to be not happy with that. They're going to be feeling that that was secured. That was in their hands. But it was just so well played by Fulvers. He was able to push him back off the close angles that gave him less angles to check, more knowledge, and he was able to play with his opponents better because they can't set up that crossfire because you're either going to be on one side of the box or the other. You're going to be able to check those angles a lot easier. So you can see the skill that Fulvers had to show and offer there, and the knowledge that he's got playing on that Killjoy. Active shooter, he's going in deep. He's sneaky. He's got the showstopper if he wants to use it. He comes on out. He's locking. He's waiting. He sees himself one, he cleans it up. He's going to heal the movement. He's just going to run. He's going to retreat. He's jumping out to the safety of Bonk. But he's going to come back around. He's ready again. He takes the fight, but this time he doesn't get it. Bonk, he pulls out the Odin to be shut down and smitten by Zeus. Let's just say he gets prepared with the operator. Got him securing this mid. He gets a beautiful shot to the head and he knows it. 95X, they lost their man advantage. They're back down to solid ground, and this is not where you want to be. Especially when you got an operator that's constantly causing you issues, locking down these channels. And if you try to go to one of the other sites, you're going to be met with a Killjoy whose utility is going to be a pain to deal with. And, well, they're prepared. They're setting up. They're getting ready for their execute. Eminem making a little bit of noise, but luckily Kraken was out of that range to hear it. And I love this positioning. They're standing so far back. They're keeping eyes on the site. And, well, the turret, the fourth player over A site understands that there's people over here. And, well, they're now rotating on, swinging. They're coming on in. Brother Bio is checking, but wouldn't be able to do too much there. But Fulvers, he goes down. There's 11 seconds. Can they get the site going down? The orbital laser coming on down. He's holding. He's holding. He goes down. It's done. That's the end of the round, no matter what happens.
Last player standing.
And that, my friends, Kraken. Oh, what? No! What? No!
I always play high stakes.
Kraken, they thought they had it, and then they get swept from the double coming on out. I thought they had it. I thought that was map. Oh, well, my friends, we're going to another round. 95X, they're still into it. Beautiful double shot there coming to keep them alive. And we look at the weapon loadouts. Both teams able to mostly buy up here, so it's going to be coming another slugfest for both sides with about equal firepower.
There they are.
Gets a little bit of information that there are down in mid. He's prepared to fight. Active Shooter's going to be swinging around, and Fulvus, he's coming in deep, but he's going to be met with the tripwire. Are they paying attention to this? Yes, they are. They're about to swing. He comes out. They didn't think it'd be this deep. They thought he might rotate away. At least they get the return frag. Bonk. He's ready to push on out to come in and try and challenge that mid location. As they're starting to push on, the flash is coming on side. It's not going to land on Active Shooter. Active Shooter's going to start making his way into a close angle. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to wait for the reinforcements set up more defensively because he doesn't want to give away an easier kill.
Exactly
Bonk has only got a classic, and he's going to be retreating back to the site. And now Eminem comes on in, but Active Shooter finds the kill. Proxy was not there to flash or return frag. As now the paint shots go out, forcing them off the line. They're going to hear a lot of noise. The showstop's coming out. Active Shooter goes up. He goes down. He shoots. He gets one. He gets an easy kill on Proxy. They're not going to know that there's one still hiding down the corner. And Realty, who survived the explosion, was able to get himself two. Coming up to 3 for the round as he takes a little bit of friendly fire damage from Mustang Hacks, who's cleaning up, finding themselves some space to work with as they make their way over the A side. We've seen this before, and last they attempted this, they went down with this rotate from B to A. But this has been their more successful site here in this match. But Chizé, he's got himself an operator. He's going to be looking. He's going to be peeking. But he doesn't find anyone yet.
Spike
As the
planted.
spike goes down. Mustang Hacks narrowly avoids death. He's going to be running into Brother Bio. Brother Bio picks it up, leaving Reality all alone to have to deal with two. And that's not the way you want to do it. He falls. And that, this time, is definitely map point for Kraken. They will be taking the first map of this best of 3 here for the Evolution LPL League. Or the LPL Evolution League.
Defenders win.
So a good start to the series from Kraken Esports Club. 95X took a little time to warm up and they just started to get better and better. But they only started to prove in the second half of each half. So really the second and fourth quarter of that match there. And you really need to start getting going out of the gate, which Kraken Esports kind of enabled that, and we're able to continue on with that momentum. But the interesting thing here is, look at the difference in first bloods. So a lot of the first bloods did go towards 95X, but they weren't able to be capitalized upon. They ended up just losing the rounds even when they had a man advantage. So this can be simulated by, or kind of summed up by Kraken able to return frag or easily find themselves another kill around the rest of the map. But whatever that is, it's a little bit strange to see the losing team to have roughly the same, if not more, first bloods, but end up losing the map. It just shows that they weren't able to capitalize on the advantages that they were able to have. And a little bit of apologies for showing that, chat. As you can probably see, we will be going to a little bit of a break. One of the players needs to go to the toilet. Now, the teams are talking about having that little bit of a break, so I'm going to get some water into me. So I hope you all stay tuned, as map number 2 of our best of 3 will be coming up very shortly. So thanks for watching. So I just realized I left the face cam on myself. And I'm also listening to myself, so let me mute the Discord. Well, hello. I mean, we're not ready to go to the match yet, but you've just been watching me stare at the screen. I got nothing to say about that. We're not into the game yet. Hopefully this time you'll actually see the front page. So let's just jump back over there. Thanks. Map number 2 coming up shortly. As you can probably see, we will be going to We are back, my friends. Welcome back to the LPL Evolution Week 3 match between 95X Esports and Kraken Esports Club. I almost said Escape. Sorry about that. But with Kraken Esports Club, we are moving on to Ascent. We've switched with sides. We'll be starting this round with Kraken Esports starting on defense on what seems to be a defender-sided map with 95X Blue rocking the attack to see how well they can do that up. Thank you all for tuning on in. So, hopefully, I see some words in chat, your luck. I don't know why that's not banned either. I am absolutely surprised. But, I might have to time you. If I see that used poorly, I will have to time some use that. So, I'm on use. So, sorry about that. So we are now moving into map number 2. The first map was taken up by Kraken Esports Club. They started off very decisively in both the first and second half, and that enabled them to skyrocket into the lead with quite a few rounds underneath their belt and play quite comfortably. So let's quickly start to talk about what the teams have decided to run here on this map. Brother Bilo will be rocking your Brimstone again here on this map on Ascent. Once again, it's a little bit of an unconventional pick, but it can work out to your favor because a lot of the time your opponents don't necessarily play against a Brimstone. So if you're comfortable with it and you know how to execute using Brimstone's full effectiveness, then it can really catch your opponents out. The rest of the lineup is very similar, so we're seeing a mirror matchup of what they did last round, and same with their opponents with the Astra, your two duelists, the Sova, Raze, your Jet and Raze. So same lineups as we saw on map number 1, so both teams playing their comfort picks, and we'll see how well they do here as we see Brother Bilo getting very aggressive coming down here towards this mid. Gonna be walking up to Realty very shortly, but he can't find the kill. Realty's like, whoa! Hold your horses. He's grabbed himself one. Oh, Chizzy almost caught reloading, but he gets the kill through the wall. But this time he reloads. And that, my friends, is the case of pressing R after you take a shot or two. It's when you're very familiar, especially with certain games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, you have that essence of wanting to reload all the time. In this instance, he reloaded after he took one shot. He had plenty more bullets in the chamber, and he got penalized for it. As they now push onto site, active shooter goes up high, great flash, but he can't capitalize on the kill. Leaving Fulverus alone at the site, waiting for the rotate coming in from that Sova.
30 seconds left.
Now Bonk.
Spike planted.
He's slowly getting up there. He's going to get a little bit of knowledge. He's going to land straight up. Gets a bit. He gets at least one tick. They know one's going down into hell. But what they don't know is that there's an entire party going down in hell. The devil is having fun in there tonight as Bonk swings up top. You don't know he's there. Oh, he spots one down at Archers, and the rest of them are just going to peek him, jump at him, and they will clean him up. Mustard Axe taking 8. Oh, it's not 8. Taking 4 for the round, which puts him so close. Over halfway towards having that showstopper online. The way he's going, he could even have that this round, or potentially into the round 3, which, once Kraken Esports get online, well, they're going to have full weaponry against potentially a showstopper, and that can easily swing the favor again back into 95X Esports. But speaking of 95X Esports, that's their first pistol round they've taken of the series, and now they're moving into the second round where they're going to try and convert on the advantage that they've created. Oh, Fulvor's unable to find the shots. Great flash to stop him getting any further there. Chizek's going to come around the corner. Mustard Hack's very lucky not to have died there. He was in a disadvantaged position as he was caught right next to the wall. Brother Bilo narrowly avoiding those Spectre shots coming through that smoke as he hides and waits. Mustard Hack is going on the rotate. He turns around. Active Shooter says, hello, thank you, friend, but the Frenzy is not going to be the weapon you want to use at that range. Bio takes one flash to the face. The Trailblazer comes on in. They spot him. He gets dazed. Realty punishes Brothers Bilo's aggression, leaving just Bonk left to fight with his arrows. So it looked like Bonk did buy up this round. And, well, that's not great because you're going to be moving into the next round again underfunded. The rest of his team might be struggling also since they did pick up a few heavier weapons. Oh, not heavier, but more costly weapons. They might not be going into the third round again. And this could be an easy 1-2-3 for 95X. And they've already started to back off, retreat from the point. They all know where Bonk is. They heard that shatter. But who will get the kill? It will be Proxy. Unfortunately, they do lose the weapon of Mustard Hacks, but they're not going to be worried too much about that because they did pick up the second round. They do have some momentum. Whereas their opponents, oh, actually, they did manage to pick up those weapons. I'm a little bit surprised. Bonk is happy to go for the double A-res as well. So it looked like they did calculate that correctly. I didn't know I kind of missed out on the extra losing credits by a little bit there.
And you're right here.
But that was close. They were still able to pick up. Are they missing utility is the question. Oh, there we go. That's the reason why. They've narrowly avoided picking up any utilities so they could have that full weaponry loadout. So there isn't quite a full buy on their side. So I'm not going crazy. They were unable to get a full buy, but they did get some weapons. But will that be enough to deal with 95X? As Broombot's going to come on in, they're going to start firing it. They didn't swing along with it though. The Paint Show's going to push him off the angle and he quickly gets on out of there, retreating from the dangerous B main. As now, a little bit of space has been gained here towards B main. There's a showstopper available. I mentioned Mustard Hacks. He will be picking up, getting to that showstopper this round. He can start using it to try and gather some space. And now they've got the Seekers. They might even use this to follow the Seekers on in. Bonk. He got the scam, but he didn't fire through the wall. He's a little bit of a missed opportunity there.
I've got your trail.
Brother Bio hoping to find some stuff coming from mid. He sees the two Seekers coming out. The Seekers are going to find out where at least two of these players are, but they're going to get shut down. They're going to land, but they're starting to make their way up towards
30
Tree.
seconds left.
Eminem's going to be spammed through the wall. He narrowly survives, but, well, Brother Bilo does not. He goes down. They now start pushing onto the side. Mustang Hacks goes up to it, gets distracted by the turret, and gets taken out by Fulvorus. Fulvorus gets a second. He gets a third. This man is on fire. The spike is not going to get planted. Eminem's going to go down, and all of a sudden, Kraken, they pick up their round. So what looked almost surely going to be 95X's round just slowly got turned around as Kraken just completely 1-2'd them. Picked up the round and they throw in a little bit of a tactical pause. They picked up the round, they're feeling happy, they're feeling confident, and they're just gonna... They throw out that pause just to give themselves a moment. Let 95X reel in the fact that they lost that round out. So I do want to say thank you all for tuning in. Those of you just tuning in now, Kraken Esports Club are up 1-0 in this best of 3 against 95X. The last map was 13-7. It was on Haven, so that was an advantage of Kraken. I unfortunately don't know the picks and bans, so I don't know who picked what map. So a little bit unfortunate there. I was not privy to that. But this is the Evolution League for the LPL set of Valorant tournaments or leagues. I'm D-Swell, and I do a lot of these open, amateur, and evolution games. So if you are interested in checking these games out, I do try to do 1 to 2 a week. More if they do line up correctly, because there are some days I am busy. So do chuck me a follow if you are interested in that. And thank you for most importantly tuning in to support these teams. It means a lot for the Oceanic region, showing that we do have people here wanting to support these tournaments, these players. And it also means a lot to these teams to show that you guys are here cheering for them.
Thanks.
Probably a little bit of trash talk, as most Twitch chat users do. I know you all. We've all seen it before. Last 8 hacks, he narrowly avoids getting killed there. He could have died to that shock dart, but he was just out of range. So now we're going to be seeing Kraken. They're going to retreat into a more safer location after being a little bit of aggressive. Front of the bar, still trying to get a little bit of knowledge. And he's going to get swung upon. Realty's going to pick that up, putting 95X into an advantageous position here, as they've cleaned up 1 mid. But they might not suspect that there's still 2 more here. They know that Killjoy was around. He was fighting at the start, and they also now active shooters here. So they got information. The Trailblazers coming on through. They shut down the Trailblazer before they can get any more information. Did they see active shooter here? I don't think they did. As now they retreat. Fulgris is hiding in the smoke. The showstopper's being used. The showstopper's coming on through, but he gets shut down. Active shooter stops it in its track as Eminem picks up his teammate's killer. He needs to look for that spike going down. Chizay and Bonk is ready to come on in. Nice little damage coming from those shock darts, but it's not enough to kill. But now Chizay's going to be swinging in with this out drone, see what he can find. Realty finds a kill in the back lines. Now it's 2 versus 3. Can Chizay pick up the kills for the round? Can him and Bonk secure it? Can they put this to 2-2 line? Well, we're about to find out. Chizay swings. He protects J Rid from saving this match. Now he holds on. Realty swings. And he gets him. Chizay wanted to get that half peak, but Realty wasn't going to give up the opportunity. He came around, he finds the kill, he gets himself a neural theft, and, well, we're 2 rounds up on 95X Esports. This is the first time in the series that they've had themselves a lead, let alone 2 rounds ahead. So as we move into round 5, Kraken is sitting behind just a little bit at the moment. It's going to be unfamiliar territory in this match. We've been at Valorant for an hour, and, well, they're behind. How are they going to play here? Spam's coming through the wall. Chizay's going to be holding a close angle. They get themselves 2 kills. Bonk just laying down the suppression. It's going to chase them off the angle. Trailblazer's going to come out. It's going to get a little bit of knowledge. Actually, I think they're a little bit too far away. But this might allow them to push up even further. They're still spamming through. He's going to be picking up his Blade Storm. Ooh, he backed off at the last moment. He's a little bit of afraid. No one swung on him. J-Ray this time swinging, but too late. The Blade Storm is prepared by Chizay as the team, they back on out. Seeker's coming out, and they're going to be chasing these down. So what ended up as a force by completely catching their opponents off guard is ending up to be potentially the round win here. Ooh, J-Rid goes on down. Oh, sorry, Proxy goes down with J-Rid cleaning up or return fragging for his team. As Fulgris an active shooter, they're continuing to hold this aggression. But Realty says, if you're going to continue to bring this aggression, we're going to kill you. Fulgris fires the kill, gets a second. Kraken are so happy about this round. They force-fought it, and they won it. They caught their opponents off guard, especially that Odin and the lockdown over at B main. 95X did not know what hit him until it was too late, and by that stage, they'd already lost 2, taken damage, and given up most of the map. And then they got locked down in the offensive spawn, which is not something you see too often, especially on a set.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay. Alright. You are going to the sin bin, Peachy. Sin bin for you, my friend. Now, Chizay's made a lot of ground here mid. Active shooters creating a lot of noise, which should distract them from the fact that Chizay is crossed across the grass already. They're going to suspect this, especially if Realty's checking. And they're keeping an eye up towards Catwalk too. Which means, well, Chizé could have a free game here. And there he goes. He gets the one. He's still got the dash if he needs to survive. He almost gets the second one. He can't land the spray. He dashes into the open. And finally getting taken down. Eminem finally pushes that, clears it up. But Bo switches on out. Now it's 2 versus 2.
One enemy remaining.
With the damage from the Odin. He's going to get the reveal. Flash comes out, but Fulcrum's there on the crossfire to clean that up. All of a sudden, we are here. 3 rounds to 3. It was short-lived for 95X having that lead, as Kraken were able to turn this back around. It is a defender-sided map. I think the statistics is about 56% towards defenders in the Oceanic region. Not sure about global, but in the Oceanic region it's a fair bit higher. It is I believe, the highest win rate side on any map is defenders for Ascent. You say he's gonna get pulled on in. He gets flashed, but luckily he's got that dash. He didn't get disorientated. I've seen way too many times someone accidentally dash into a wall when they've been disorientated by a flash and a black hole. So they're gonna get a free kill on him. Trailblazer gonna come on out. It sees one. That's all it sees. Doesn't get too much more than that. It's active shooter flashes over towards mid, giving Brother Bio a little bit of a chance to check down mid in case anyone was peeking. But this time, 95X, they're playing slow. This is probably one of the slowest rounds we've seen them play between the 2 rounds. Oh, sorry, the 2 matches. Maps. I'll get there eventually. They're hoping that Kraken stepped out of line. Because Kraken has been fairly aggressive, fairly offensive. But this time, they're playing very defensively against a slow push of 95X. Now Bob's going to be coming on through that wall. He's not going to find anyone. He's going to reveal. And once he reveals, he's going to see 2 people there. Well, actually, it was shut down. My apologies. Paint shells come on out. Mustang Axe comes on in. The shot's not going to be able to land. But she said they know there's an operator around here. So they're going to be very careful here. Bob's going to come on out. He swings. He fires. He shoots. Can he find a second one? Reality, he's not happy where he is. He's all alone, but he's done his job. It's allowed the spike to go down. He goes on down. However, it's a 5 versus 3 retake. They've got 2 ultimates, but none of these ultimates are really going to help defend the spike. Whereas that lockdown by Fulcrum is going to give him a lot of information. Bonk is going to come out with the Hunter's Fury. This time, it's not going to land, unfortunately. He gets nothing out of it, as now the lockdown's been used. As we said, it's going to give him the capability to get onto site. And Brother Bar is trying to find the kills. He's trying to protect that lockdown. He goes on down. And Eminem, he needs to go on in. He needs to shut down this lockdown. He gets it just in time with 1 second left. He now needs to try and defend it. There's smokes coming on out. They're holding on to it. Chizé's ready. He's prepared. They're both prepared here. He's holding. He's waiting. They finally get him. But they get the defuse. Once that smoke dissipated, there was so much scariness. There was nightmare fuel waiting on the other side of that smoke. And Kraken, they take the map for the first time. There's a lead coming into the 8th round. .95X. They do not have the firepower, but they got the ultimate advantage coming into this round. However, do they wish to use it? Considering they're running classics, do they feel like they have enough advantage to be able to do it? However, as he snuck down into the back of Wine, Chizé is going to clean that up. Must say, Haxers. He's pressing F, paying his respects for his teammate that's gone down. Chizé has been so aggressive. Complete change. An opposite of the last round when they were defensively and straight through the head. Must say, Hack's skull cracks. He's prepared. He gets another. Realty once again all alone. He's trying to fight. He's flashed. He's damaged. They just chase him down and kill him up the round. So like I mentioned, it's a little bit strange that they did decide to pop that ultimate. Bladestorm is one of those you will use in those eco rounds to try and find anything you can. But as he's picking up an operator this round, you possibly... Oh no, he's switching back. I was going to say, you possibly still want to leave that Bladestorm in your possession. But now we do have an orbital laser available and almost a Bladestorm from Chizé. So they're going to be prepared to retake the site. Especially if they can find themselves a Sorry, not orbital. An orb for that Brimstone to be able to pick up. And Eminem gets the kill through the smoke, cleaning up Chizé. I think he was tagged by Realty. As we can see with a good little vision here, he's got to tag the back side as well, forcing an active shooter to move away. He's picked up the operator. It says his chance to create some Twitch clips as the smoke comes on out. He's going to be prepared. He's going to throw out the trail as he sees the Seekers. He sees 3 running at them. Bonk is going to have to retreat up the point. He gets hit by the Seekers, but no one is there to kill him. But they have cleaned up the space. The orbital lasers are going to come on down, but it's not going to do anything as they already passed that choke point. Bonk, he hears all the sound. He's going to start spamming them through. He doesn't clean up one. He narrowly avoids getting Eminem. Eminem stands back. He gets separated from the rest of the team. Now he makes his way onto the sites. And Bonk goes through the wall again, getting all the knowledge he needs to be able to use his Odin to the best effectiveness. And now there's 4 stuck in on site. They're being swamped, they're being surrounded. Kraken are not letting go. Their tentacles are all over 95X Esports at the moment as their ship is going down. Kraken, they take the round in a very decisive manner on that retake. They couldn't do anything against Kraken then. Whew.
Oh, no, you don't deserve my inventions.
Round 10. And Kraken have taken 5 consecutive rounds. The timeout's being called. I think this is a good, smart opportunity from 95X Esports. They've lost a lot of momentum. They got onto that site. They felt comfortable. They dodged the orbital laser. They dodged the initial spray from Bonk. They're feeling comfortable. They're going to have to try and decipher what went wrong there. Was it a little bit of lack of communication? Did they not have the crossfire set up correctly to return frag? Did they play too defensively and not try and put the pressure on their opponents? There's a lot of things that's going to be running through your mind. And a good in-game leader or a good discussion of the team might just be like, it's okay guys, put it behind us. That's just another round. Breathe. We'll move into the next one. We'll take the next one. Or do you try and be a little bit more technical? Discuss the aspects that people need to improve on mid-game, slight alterations? Or do you just take this time to be a little bit quiet, relax, breathe? Whereas their opponents of Kraken, they're going to be happy. They're going to be reeling in that site take. I mean, there was a phenomenal site take. They just cleaned up 95X. So this minute could just give them a moment to just be happy. Be in that euphoric state that they got from that last round. Might lower their momentum a little bit. Take them out of that little bit of a hot streak. But they're going to be feeling good. They're feeling comfortable. Especially now that they're back in the lead. And starting to run away with this half. So Chizé gets flashed, pushed off his angle, and then gets smoked on up. So a good little combination of utility there. They flashed so they could have the peak first before the smoke went down. But they're not going to get anyone as they now start making their way into the mid for that mid control. We've definitely been seeing 95X really favor taking this mid control. And that Bolt, unlucky for 95X not to get a kill there. Chizé unable to capitalize, but with the swing from brother, Bilo from the tree gets himself 2. Chize's going on deep, he goes up, he goes down, he gets J-Rid, who had very little health. Oh, that's not the camera I want. Well, it's the camera you guys are going to get. We're just going to stare at this camera. As Kraken, they take 95X down again. And that was a buy round from 95X. So again, they're going on to looks to be a force buy. They want to try and fight this. Try and stem the bleeding from the artery that's being cut. Try and salvage their ship that the Kraken is just strangling and tearing to pieces right now. Once again, Chizé is going to be moving on out. Fulver is going to be the man that's checking out. And very aggressive opening coming from Kraken as they just move so far down. Active shooter keeping an eye down here at top of Catwalk as he comes on down. Brother Barley being able to take up that kill. But active shooter, we're going to follow him. He's waiting. Brother Barley is actually going to be prepared here. He sees the two swing in. This is where active shooter's going to come in and lines them up and knocks them down. They were hoping to make noise over the B side with Eminem leading that charge, but they got completely caught off guard from the aggressive push coming in from Kraken. Realty's And he's
Last
got the
player
classic, he's the
standing.
last one alive. Can he find himself a kill? No, he cannot. Fulverus will take that. He's looking at that pistol. That's a very
Last
Fallout-esque
round in the half.
pistol. So can 95X again do what they did in the previous match? Put it into reasonable territory where it's a 4-8 scoreline and then you're on the favoured side. Just a little bit of a Arsenal here down in mid. Get rid of... This is a kind of showing of how much they had in terms of funds. And now they're all just happy to wait. This is a little bit of showboating if I'd ever seen it. The opponents you can see on the map are all making their room. Chizé is going to be keeping an eye up at heaven, while Bonk is just having fun. Oh, that's just ridiculous, and I totally a little disrespectful. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, but when you're ahead by this much and you're this confident, why not have a little bit of fun with it? But 95X, you can still see they haven't really got the information capabilities yet. They have used the trailways, it hasn't seen anyone, and that to them suspects that someone's sitting really far back. They're playing real defensively, and that's why they haven't really pushed on the sites. Boombot, unfortunately, is not going to get too much knowledge out of that. They're still holding on. Kraken are still wondering why the spike hasn't been planted yet, as the very slow push coming in from 95X.
30 seconds left.
And Showstopper's going to come on out. It's not going to find anyone. They're still looking. He's finding. Ooh, he sees one. He shoots, but he doesn't get it. If that missed it, it went further back. He could have hit two. A little bit unfortunate there. Now the swarm of ants. They've been unleashed. The ant's nest has been kicked. Must 8 hacks. What has he done? These fire ants, they're on the charge. They're looking around. Should say he's going to get down. Beautiful shot from Must 8 hacks. Opening up the round for them with the first kill. J-Red is preparing. Realty able to continue to hold on and protecting Proxy. Proxy jumps on and protects his, returns the favor to Realty, leaving Fulverus alone. He gets one with the Odin. He's got the lockdown out, pushing the opponents on out. Proxy's got nowhere to go. He's going to get detained. Fulverus, he sees this, he knows it, he fakes the defuse. Realty's going to continue to play with this. Proxy's still waiting, he's still hoping that he can finally get undetained very shortly. Then start pushing him onto point. He's going to miss, he pulls out the shorty, but he's going to go down because the shorty's not going to do what you need it to do. Oh, a little bit of fall damage there coming from Eminem.
Switching sides.
So, Kraken being a little bit of a disrespectful team. They're having a little bit too much fun. Get shut down. And that's, we saw that in the first half when they started to get too comfortable. 95X turned it around. So if Kraken aren't playing at 100%, 95X will take that round over and over again. They will take it. They will not give up. But what 95X need to do is be able to take more rounds when both teams are at 100%. Because at the moment, they're on about a 25% conversion rate, which is not where you want to be.
This goes here.
But now they're on defense. This is when they should start to shine, as this is a defender-sided map. See how well they do here, as Kraken grabbed all the positions in the mid. J-Red's completely backed off. He's decided he's done with it. Leaving himself a little bit vulnerable there as he threw down the star. If the aggression continued to come out from Kraken, they could have found themselves an easy kill.
Obscuring vision.
But they are playing cautiously. They're not fools, is the best way to put it. Now J-Red is still throwing the utility down, slowing down his opponents. Chizé might not suspect that the Must 8 hack's hiding in the little bit of a cubby. Fulverus, he hears the noise. He sees one, he doesn't land the shot. 95X opens up the round with the advantage. But we've seen this before, so this is the first time. Even though they get the first kills, they might start to lose it. But not this time. Must 8 hacks gets the double.
B. One enemy remaining.
Leaving Bonk all alone to have to deal with the entire squad. He looks away for a moment and gets capitalized upon from 95X. That That, my friends, is the round you want to take. And you want to take it convincingly because you all get ultimate points, you all get some funds, and you all get just a little bit more morale underneath that banner. So the last thing you want to see is your banner fall and your opponents take the battlefield. Boy, get out of here, you random spam bot. Actually, my first spam bot, so congratulations on that first spot for being in my chat. $95X. They're standing in a little bit more of aggressive positions because they were comfortable last round, especially M&M here. Flash comes on out, but they're not going to see anyone. Ooh, active shooter, very likely to get on out of there. Flash goes straight down to Wine. He's trying to play with those sound cues, hoping someone comes for him. And they're just going to wonder why he hasn't got it yet. He's still hoping that someone peeks on out of here. And this time he finally goes for it. He says, no one's peeking me. Ooh, J-Rid almost lines up the double. And same with Proxy. They haven't been able to manage to find that kill. And it's going to be able to find that kill down towards near one. Proxy's going to pop on out, but he doesn't capitalize with the flashed. But J-Rid says, I don't need to be flashed. I can kill him with my standard capability. The utility almost being caught in Must 8 Axe's hands. But he does get another one. Getting Chizé, he's going to do a little bit of damage with the Satchel Charge. He's got a boom bot available if he needs to use it. Fulvers and Brother Violet are the last two standing here in.
30 seconds left.
He's playing with the sound cues again, but their opponents are not going to fall for it this time. They start making their way onto point. They pop around the corner. Must 8 Hacks cannot find the kill. Reality gets the double Marshall. That, my friends, was not what I was expecting. I was expecting Must 8 Hacks to pick up the double with that Spectre. But now as we move into this round, well, 95X. The last time they were up against a full buy round and they had not the greatest of firepower to their name, they ended up losing. You could see that in round 3 of the match. This time though, they're not spending any additional credits that they don't have to. They do not want to deal with going into the next round. If they lose this one, we're underfunded, undercredited, and just kind of lose it out. Force gets pulled on in, they just spam that down, great black hole. But man, M&M can't capitalize on it. Bonk gets the bonk. Now Proxy's left, he hears the noise, he turns away, but he gets thrown off. Chizé capitalizes with his superior firepower as they now take the site, leaving Must 8 Hacks and Reality alone to have to deal with 4 from Kraken.
One enemy remaining.
And well, Chizé is just doing exactly that, one after another. He's happy, he's taking these one-on-ones, and he's winning them every single time. After shooting flips around the corner, finds himself a freebie. But that round was almost expected to be lost there from 95X. They had less firepower. And coming in from Kraken, they just... You're kind of saving, you're waiting for this round. But this is the pivotal moment for 95X. They need to win this round. They lose this one, they lose the next one, suddenly it's 11-13, and then you're at the stage again, where you were in the first half, where you lose, you're going to go into a forced buy and you lose the next round. So it just could be a constant snowball here, and they need to make sure to melt that snow before it can pick up, gain some steam, and barrel over you before it's too late.
Revealing area.
M&M hoping that someone steps into his crosshair in that smoke. Trailblazer getting a little bit of information that Brother Bar is down in mid, but we do know Kraken have enjoyed this mid position. Sam has 95X. They do get the tripwire that allows them to push through fast. J-Rid is going to be trying to black hole and get any kills. They fire on through. They get themselves one. Do they get themselves another? They know they do a lot of damage to them. Realty, he sees that 2 are on site. The turret goes on up. He gets rid of the turret, but he couldn't capitalize on the little bit of knowledge he had, because that turret would have been a pain to deal with. He's waiting for that smoke to go down. It's got any second now. It's going to disappear in Realty. And Fulvers are going to fight. And Realty comes away. He's victorious. Chizé gets 1. It's 2 versus 2. Realty's got no health to his name. Proxy has to try and do this. It's him against the world. Brother Boy's gonna be watching. He swings on down. He's making a lot of noise. Brother Boy's gonna be prepared for it. Brother Boy can't capitalize. You can't heal yourself, my friend. Chize's gonna capitalize, come up from behind, get him with the classic. And now we're going on to a semi-buy from 95X. You're going to be seeing some judges, you're going to be seeing another timeout. They still haven't been able to find how to deal with Kraken. And they're going to be going up against 4 ultimates with the 5th one almost online for Kraken. How do you deal with this? You've got yours almost done to come online. So this round you might want to try and secure some ultimate orbs. If you can get yourself a kill, that'll be great. Because Realty dies, he's going to have neural theft. If you get an orb over at Eminem, he's going to have Blade Storm if he goes down. Same with Must 8 Hacks. If either one of them get killed, swing out who gets the ultimate orb. And you could be moving into the next round with as much or more ultimates than your opponents, allowing you to potentially take that advantage in to skew yourself around. But then that also comes down to if Kraken decide to use all their ultimates and how they wish to kind of proceed in this round. They shouldn't lose it based on firepower, utility, and how they've been playing. It's always a case that they can. We have seen 95X take some unexpected rounds off Kraken. I think if they do take an unexpected round here, then both teams will be moving into the next round with many ultimates available on the board. The Proxy, he's got the bucket. He's hoping for close quarters engagement. Will Kraken suspect that there's some shotguns on the field? Will they continue to play these long distance engagements where they've been so much better at their aim? And you can see it again. Active shooter picks off Must 8 Hacks, who was thinking about going for that ultimate orb. He wanted it. He wanted to get that showstopper, as I mentioned. But now he's going to be one ultimate short. Jared going to be the last remaining survivor here in Tree. He gets a shotgun shot to the head. But that's just unfortunate. Not enough to deal with it. They're going to clean up the site. They're going to get that on for a plant. Everyone's got ultimates on Kraken. Realty is left here all alone. Cage goes down. Active shooter goes up on the scoreboards. So as you can see, Must 8 Hacks getting greedy, trying to get that orb with no support from his allies really there to secure it. We'll see him not have the showstopper coming into this round. Will he play defensively, or will once again they be going to find an ultimate orb so he can get that showstopper? Will they just leave it for the next round? Because if they win this one, they can use that to push the advantage a little bit longer. Or if they lose this one, they at least have some destructive weaponry to deal with their opponents.
You should run.
Jared has been spotted. Bob is not going to let him get away. Actually, he does let him get away. Never mind. Jared survives. But he's going to burn. He's burning. He's burning. Get out of there. No! Jared is going to fall underneath that nano swamp. Chize runs on in. He gets a beautiful help in hand from the Sova. Chize gets another. He's chasing. He's hunting. He's looking. Eminem, unfortunately, he's got too many to deal with. Was that... What weapon was that he dropped? Don't tell me that was an operator. That was an operator! And now we are at map and series point here in Kraken Esports Club's favour. 95X are down a few rounds. They got some ultimates though. But can they use these ultimates to secure them? Their opponents used a lot in that last round to make sure to put them onto map point, but it's 6 map points for 95X to contend with to stay alive here in the series. And well, that's not the way you want to do it. Been killed by Chize.
Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
Proxy, he's gonna be ready. We hear Must Hacks. He goes up. He shoots. Oh, it was a great idea, but unfortunately the execution was not there. Fulver's going to get killed in the proxy, leaving Must Hacks here alone, left to defend with the help of Realty. Realty's going to be keeping an eye from the stairs. He's not going to be able to kill. Must Hacks goes down. He can't find the shots. He panicked. He goes on down, leaving J-Rid, the last hope, alive. They get orbital lasers by Brother Bilo. J-Rid's got a lot to do to try and deal with this. He's only got a judge. He gets one in the head. He goes again, but that is it. That is done and dusted. Kraken Esports Club will be taking map number 2, and they will also take along with it the series win here in week 3 of the LPL Evolution League. So once again, actually there's a lot of first bloods from M&M. But this time Bonk and Chizé also creating a ton of room on their team with their opponents. KDA's though was just all in favour of Kraken. They were just all on top of the scoreboard. Unfortunately 95X just could not find the kills to be able to kind of keep themselves in that match. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, supporting this Oceanic region, supporting the teams, Kraken Esports Club and also 95X Esports. Do check them out on Twitter. They do have some Twitter handles, so do check them out. Follow them if you do want to keep in contact with everything they're doing and their progress through the Evolution League. Do follow me if you do want to keep up to date with some of the matches I do cast. I post when I'm casting on Twitter, and then obviously bring it to you here. So if you are interested, do follow me. But most importantly, do follow LPL_play on Twitter. That's where you can keep up to date with the entire league. That's the Opens, Amateurs, Evolutions. That is your Valorant Oceanic Tour. It's got everything. They will post out when streams are going live of any of the community casters, or when their official channels going up and running. But once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream, hope you enjoyed the match, and I hope wherever you are, you stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good evening. Bye for now.